Hey, what's up? It's your boy Serrano. Welcome back to another video. So it's been about 2 years since I purchased the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G, and I wanted to talk about using this device in 2025 because I actually purchased it in February of 2023, and I definitely like this device. It's been pretty solid. I have been using this case all the time I had it, which is the Spigen case. It comes with the kickstand, and yeah, I definitely think this phone has a lot of value still, but it's on its last year when it comes to updates, which is when it was released, it got the Android 13. Then it was promised 2 years of updates with 4 years of security patches. So it's definitely going to get more security patches after it gets Android 15, but right now it's running on Android 14. But make sure you guys stay locked into the end of the video because we're going to be talking about the A14 5G in some more detail after I've been using it for 2 years now. But if you're brand new to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through if you're new. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute. So yeah, I definitely think this case was probably one of my favorite cases that I've used on a smartphone. And yeah, we're going to talk about this phone in a little bit more detail. It does have a really bright display. It's not AMOLED like the A15 or the A16. That's one of the things that they actually added to it, but I definitely think this display was actually pretty bright when it came to the colors. As far as the overall body of this phone, it did have a decent feel to it. So the back of it was like this textured finish, which was a all black color. And I do like the back of this phone because it's all black and it's like a real black tone to it. It's not like a blue mixed with black. It's just straight up black. So yeah, this has a really nice look to it. It has a nice texture to it as well. So that's one of the things I like about it, along with the plush cameras inside of it, which made it look very compact. Also, it looked uniform, and it didn't rock on a table when you put it flat on a surface, which was really nice. Yeah, I really like the textured finish on this as well. It did have like rounded corners, so it wasn't able to stand up, but it just felt really good in the hand when it came to like grip and stuff. Facial ID obviously running on here. You did have your Samsung um, applications on here for the most part. So if I unlock it with the side mounted fingerprint, which I'm going to do right now, let me just go ahead and enter my pin real fast. But yeah, I did update this to the latest software, I believe. So we're going to be talking about this in some more detail. So when I'm looking at this device, I definitely can say that the colors are really nice to look at. It has a really nice, colors when it comes to the text, not the textures, but like the punchiness of the colors on the icons look really good. It has very good, you know, uh, it pops out at you. So yeah, it does have a decent display on here too, which we'll get into more detail. So yeah, we do have a full HD plus LCD on here with 90 hertz, which is actually pretty solid. I kind of miss how they did the side mounted fingerprint on this one, because they allowed you to use the side mounted fingerprint to swipe down, which actually made it a lot easier. I think they took that away with the 15 and 16 models, but yeah, I kind of missed that feature with these devices. This device right here in particular, let me just get rid of some of these notifications. But yeah, this device did have NFC, so you can make your mobile payments on here. Full customization, your eye shield for comfort when it was night and you wanted to look at the display without messing up your eyes because of the bright light on it. That would actually help when you're looking at it at nighttime. So yeah, I would use that a lot. It also had, screenshot, power saving, quick sharing. It didn't have smart, share, which was one of the things that would allow you to actually use this device on a bigger display like a TV or a monitor. So it didn't have that smart connect, I think they call it. but it did have Dolby Atmos when it came to Bluetooth headphones, and also plugging in with the headphone jack. So you get a headphone jack on the bottom. You also get a SD card slot for expansion. You get dual microphones on this as well. So yeah, for the most part, it ran really good. It has the Dimensity MediaTek 700, the MediaTek Dimensity 700 running on this device, which made it kind of flow really nicely. And I kind of missed this phone because this one, out of all the A15 series, 16 and even the 14 and 13, this was my favorite chip out of all of them when it came to the 1 series, like the A1, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. This was probably one of my favorite chips. I just really like the Dimensity, the MediaTek Dimensity processing chips. They feel really fast, really fluid, and they just feel a lot more snappier than you know, like a Exynos processing chip or something like that. So yeah, this does have 15 watts fast charging. So if you plug it into a charger, you're going to get 15 watts fast charging on here. So it's not going to be the 25 watts that you would get on the A15 or the A16 for that matter. But you know, you do get a side mounted fingerprint sensor. You do get your side navigation bar right here, which would allow you to pull out your apps and kind of get your quick view right here, so you can actually expand it. And yeah, the phone ran really smooth. It still runs really smooth after 2 years of using it. You get your device care right here too. And this is going to allow you to scan for app protection. Also, you can stay on top of it when it comes to you know, memory, you know, memory and making it like a lot faster. So basically memory optimization as well, app protection. This is going to be really solid for scanning to protect your phone from threats. So that, you know, they do have this all built in with the McAfee software, which is basically going to allow you to protect your phone from malicious activities and things of that sort. So yeah, I really like this feature right here with the app protection inside of that. So obviously it does have pretty decent charging speeds. It's not going to be up to date like in 2025 when it comes to the charging speed, but the battery life on here is still good. It has 4 gigabytes of RAM. Now, one of the things that was kind of made it less desirable than like an A15 or like I'm saying like a A34 or even an A16 is that it only has 64 gigabytes of expansion of memory, actually of storage. So you only get 64 gigabytes of storage on here, but you actually do get expandable storage, which is actually pretty clutch. So yeah, I did like this because of that reason. And yeah, let me just wait for this to finish. But this is one of the solid features, is that it will detect app threats on your phone and make sure that it's safe. You also do have auto optimization on here too, so you can reset it when needed. And that feature is definitely helpful. You also have your memory optimization on this as well, so it can function and operate very smoothly. And so yeah, I've been using my A16 on a regular basis. And when it comes to the A14 and the A16, I definitely think that the A14 is able to keep up. So I'm kind of interested to see how the A14 can keep up with the A16, but we'll save that for another video. But yeah, I definitely think this one still is able to keep up when it comes to speeds, mainly because it has that Dimensity processing chip. Plus you get the RAM Plus on here, so you can actually make the RAM double as well. So that's going to be taking it out of the internal storage. So when it comes to the internal storage on this one, this is where it kind of struggles the most, unless you're able to move some of the apps to the SD card, which doesn't have full capability of moving all the apps to the SD card. So you'll see right here, it does get kind of bloated when it comes to saving space. So right here it says you can save up to 4 gigabytes of space by deleting old audio files. You also can delete things from the trash. You can uninstall apps if, or the unused apps that you're not using, you can actually uninstall those to save some space on here too. And you can see I have a ton of apps on here, like Mario Go-Kart, Modern Strike, PUBG, Asphalt 9. I'm probably going to delete these two. Wait, I kind of like the Street Fighter one, but maybe the Mario Kart one I'll delete just to save some extra space. So yeah, these are some of the ways you can actually save space on here if you do delete some of the games or some of the apps on your phone that are taking up the space, right? But it does have a decent volume rocker right here. It's very, very quiet to the sound. So like if I was to, actually let you hear that, very little sound comes out of it when I'm actually, using that. So yeah, this will give you the optimization and things of that sort. Now let's go into software real fast. I just want to show you guys what we're rocking. So if I go into the software on this phone and I go down to software information, it says that we're on 6.11 UI, Android 14, June 21st as far as the Google Play. But when it comes to the software level, it's actually January 1st. So if I go into software updates, which I'm going to do right now, and I just hit that, then I hit download and install. There's probably going to be a new update. It is on the January one, but right here you can see that there's no update right now. So this phone is actually promised Android 15. So we should be expecting that, right, from this device. And I definitely think it's going to be good for another year. Considering that it won't have the best storage space, you can always expand that and use it at your own discretion. You could probably get rid of the 4 gigabytes of RAM plus to free up some of the storage on here too, but you'd have to reset the phone right after doing that. So yeah, for the most part, this phone actually flies through everything that you're trying to do on here. So like I could say, it's held up very good over time. And if Samsung was to make another A series like the A17, I would ask them that they use this Dimensity chip, because it's probably one of the fastest ones that they've ever put on an A series phone. So everything just loads up very fast. It's just well optimized when it comes to this one. So this is probably my favorite A series phone out of all of them, just based off of the chipset. Obviously there's some things that it does lack, like storage. It's going to lack the screen casting, which will allow you to pair it up to a TV. It's also going to lack other things, like, so it's not going to have the dual speakers running on here either. So that's going to be something that might be a concern. But taking pictures, it does take pretty good pictures on here. You can see some of the samples right here of the photos I took, and it did a really good job of taking photos of inanimate objects. It even took a good picture of my face. These fish right here. I was at the the park or whatever, or like an outdoor park, and it was taking some really good video of these fish. It was even able to zoom in and get some really good detail on these guys, which was pretty crazy. So yeah, I could definitely say you can still use this for the cameras. Obviously you can see that it does take some really good video when it comes to the slow motion right here. Let's listen to the speakers while it's doing that. Now the speakers do sound hollow. They do sound really hollow on this one. So I just want to mention that. So that's the only thing that I, don't like too much about it, is the speakers, and the fact that it's not going to have the fastest storage, and it's not going to have the most, not the fastest storage, but the fastest charging, but it's not going to have the best storage either. You also do get your labs right here, which will allow you to do multi-window for all apps. You could also do side button, which will activate the flashlight, which is something that I've always loved to have. Like I said, the side fingerprint button manages to use, you can use that as a gesture button, And then you get your finger gestures right here, like I said, right there, that can controls the notification panel. You also do get other motion gestures: lift to wake, double tap to lock, double tap to wake, turn over to mute, alert when the phone is picked up, and pick up to get a phone call. All of those are very helpful when it comes to this device. So yeah, you can give this phone to like a teenager or even an elderly person, and I definitely think that they would really enjoy it, especially if they don't download a ton of games. This is like a good phone for someone who doesn't download a ton of games, but it actually manages to do gaming pretty good. You get your weather app on here, which I like. It's going to give you some really good in-depth views of the weather forecast on here. And RIP to George Foreman. I just read that George Foreman passed away earlier in the day. Like today, it says it just turned to the 22nd, but it said that he passed away yesterday, which was Friday. So 2 minutes ago, it was Friday, and he passed away yesterday. So RIP to George Foreman. He was a legend and an absolutely amazing athlete. So I just want to show my due respects to him. But yeah, it's kind of crazy how young he was. 76 is considered pretty young nowadays. You can see we do have those stacked widgets on this one, which is going to be helpful. You can see how fast the phone flies. It just does a really good job of flying through whatever you're putting it through. So yeah, like I said, this phone still has a year of OS updates with the Android 15, and it will get the Android 15 along with 2 more years of updates after that. So you could do your reminders with the widgets on here, which I like to do. I like to set reminders on my phone so I don't forget things. Go to the store to buy I don't know, toiletries, and then you can hit save, and then you'll get like those reminders. You could also create those stacked widgets I was talking about. So you could turn this into an Amazon shopping, or maybe your gallery, or maybe a note, or anything like that. But yeah, like you get your widgets on here, so you're able to stack those up on top of one another, and it makes it a lot easier when you're scrolling through applications. You can definitely mess around with that. And like I said, the Dimensity 700, it also has 5G. The Dimensity 700 on here works perfect. So yeah, I kind of wish that they would have used that with the A16, but we can't get it all when it comes to a smartphone. So yeah, when you go into the Samsung apps right here, you're going to see all your Samsung apps. You actually get this TV app, which is kind of cool because you could watch live TV with Samsung TV Plus. You do have to sign in with right there. You hit sign in, it's going to make you sign in. So other than that, that's the only thing, is that you do have to sign in. But once you sign in, you're going to get access to all of that. You also have your AR zone on here, which will allow you to create your own personalized animation of your face. But just by taking a picture of your face, it's kind of cool as well. And so yeah, this is pretty good when it comes to using it. You also do get your gaming hub. We will have to sign in as well. You can't use that as a guest. So that's going to be full of games and cool stuff on there as well. So it's only recent that they make you sign in. Before, you were able to use that without signing in, but I guess they want to make it a little bit more personalized as well. So yeah, I could definitely say this is a solid phone to use, when it comes to, messing around with it. If you do want a game, all your games are going to be inside of that game thing right here, the game hub. But if you're not signed in, obviously you can't access them. So one of the things you might have to do is go into your settings right here, go to advanced settings on your phone right here, advanced features, and then just turn off the game hub. And then you'd be able to access the games again right here. They're all at the bottom. So yeah, I'm able to do that now. I can, go into any one of these games. Let's see. Let's do Survivor. So yeah, it's gonna be good for, you know, light gaming, medium gaming. You with the Dimensity 700 is actually a great performer, and it's optimized very well for battery, and it lasts really good with the battery. It also lasts really good when it comes to you know, optimization and memory. So it's really good for optimization and memory, and then it's also really good for just like, you know, playing games like Call of Duty, PUBG, things like this. It's gonna work really well when it comes to games like this. So I could definitely recommend it for some light gaming, even medium gaming. You will be able to compete most of the times, but yeah, it's like I said, the Dimensity 700 is one of my favorite chips when it comes to a budget phone. It's just very well optimized for battery and also performance. So yeah, I definitely think this is one of my favorite phones to use when it comes to speeds and stuff. Outside of that, like I said, the camera is capable. You can use the 50 megapixel right here to get some pretty decent shots when you're taking photos. And the colors actually look really good on this. So if I show you the photo right now that I took, shutter speeds are actually pretty decent. Colors are very accurate, and it also takes really good details when it comes to looking at objects. So it's very bright, and the colors are also punchy. So you're gonna get a very good camera for pointing and shooting when it comes to this one. As far as the video capabilities, you will have, you know, right here, HD, 1080, 30 frames per second, which is going to be your default go-to setting. And then you also have your video stabilization, which is going to help for when you're shooting. So yeah, if you wanted to use this as a camera shooter, it's going to be pretty good. You have your slow motion, your night mode, and you also have your pro, food, and AR zone, as well as hyperlapse, which is going to be good for speeding up videos and making them look like really cool after you know, take a shot for a long period of time. It's going to speed it up and make it look like a shorter period of time. So portraits come out really good on here too. You can actually choose the strength of the bokeh. And so yeah, like I said, as far as the camera department on this one, it's going to probably, out of a 10 when it comes to the camera on this one, I would say the camera is going to be like a solid 8, solid 7.9. Like, but the colors are really good, and also the details are really good on this one as well. So yeah, I don't really have too much to complain about when it comes to the cameras or the performance on here. The only thing that's lacking is the storage and the updates, because you're only going to get Android 15 now. But I still think it holds up pretty well. The charging speeds are a little slow. It's not going to have some of the extra features like, you know, smart connect, where you can actually pair it up to a TV, and, you know, dual speakers and stuff. But you do get the basics. You do get, there's not going to be any screen recorder on here either, and there's no AMOLED panel. But this panel does get pretty bright, and it does have that 90 hertz refresh rate, so it has really fast and smooth scrolling speeds. So yeah, that's it for the A14. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section about the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Is this a phone that you have or have had in the past? Let me know how long you've had yours, and if you found this video helpful, just type down below. I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me, and I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people, and I'll check you guys later. Namaste.